So the dad walks in to the other room, and little Johnny's in there with his mother.
The grandma.
With the grandma. The dad, yeah, and little Johnny says, it's not so funny when it's your mom, is it?
Yeah. I'm like, damn people in Saskatchewan, you know?
I don't get it.
Oh, man. You wouldn't. Jeffers would get it.
Oh, my God. I stink. Holy shit.
Yeah, I know.
I got a powerful odor coming out of there.
I'm glad this fan is circulating air that way because I just keep airing my nuts out. Just let it run right through.
I keep noticing my shorts getting higher.
Yeah, I just keep running it through like this.
I got big bruises from the duck walks on my thighs. I don't know if you can see those or not. But
Yeah, I have bruises that far down too.
You do not. Your dick slapped against your leg? Yeah, right, buddy.
I'm telling you guys.
It barely slaps against his balls.
My dick would look so average in a midget's hand.
Oh, man.
Looks like a button on a fur coat.
Barely slapped against his balls.
To be alive if you can't do that.
It would just look like a turtle. The head would just stick out to one side.
Welcome to Strong and Petty, episode 16. Sweet 16.
Sweet
Clearly,
16.
my dick's not hitting my thighs.
Sweet 16. Devin's dick is not that long. And
16 wrinkles in a head.
It may not be long, guys, but it's also not thick.
there you go. Double whammy. Hey, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming and joining us here in this incredibly hot garage. Devin was nice enough to drive here.
I just want to say for the record.
This is like midnight for him.
I
It's
want
9
to say
PM.
for the record, all right, my wife says it's perfect. She says the big one's hurt.
She wouldn't know.
I'm kidding.
She wouldn't
Well,
know.
she
But
might.
it is a late one for me for sure. Yeah. I've been on
This
that
is
now.
like the middle of the night for Devin right now. It's 9 p.m. This is payback for me having to come here at 8 a.m. that one day.
Yeah.
I wasn't even gonna-
which is my 5 a.m.
I didn't think I was even going to make it. Yeah. Because I left. I've been in the city. Yeah. It was.
I actually lined up McDole just in case you couldn't make it.
I lined up a big pile of laundry that I was going to put there and put a wig on. And we would.
What's the least funny thing we can pile in that chair?
Just 3 Bud Light cases with a wig.
Tyler was going to use his shirts of laundry, but it was too tall.
Oh, I just bit the microphone. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so because we always forget to do it every single time. Hey, why don't you take a moment to subscribe? Take a moment to comment on our YouTube and follow us on Spotify or
iTunes,
or wherever you may listen to it. Stitcher. I remember hearing that a lot on podcasts when I was listening back in the day. I don't know if that's still a valid one or not, but not enough familiar.
Who?
Whatever. So whatever you do, we urge you to engage with the podcast. Comment, like it, share it with your friends, subscribe.
You've got to be able to relate with one. Like, we are literally 3 different personalities.
There's no way that there's not someone in the crowd with a dick really small that's like, that Devin guy. I get it.
You've got to relate to me.
There's no fucking way that our audience isn't some small-dicked motherfucker. I don't know why I'm insulting.
Someone out there's like, I can win a local show against nobody's.
Yeah. You guys, it's not small. It's black. Black makes it look thinning.
There you go. Okay.
Why is your dick black?
I don't know where.
Clearly, I'd bring a lot of shame to that culture if I was
Rotting.
black.
Anyway, I guess I'll stop calling our audience small dick motherfuckers.
But
now.
back to that.
It's okay to call Devin, but yeah, sorry about the audience. Back to black.
Back in black, baby.
Following the rules on monetization for YouTube has been dropped from 1,000 to 500.
Oh shit!
And
subscribers.
The subscribers, yeah. And the thing about liking something on YouTube, it changes your life in zero manner, but it can potentially do a lot for us.
We got 235 views per episode roughly on YouTube. You can always go back to episodes.
Just
every one of them, click like.
Just click like.
Huge.
I fucking dare. I bet you won't do it. I bet you're too big of a pussy to click like on the video because you're fucking scared. That's why. So do it. Should prove me wrong.
When we reach 500, Devin will do a short, skinny penis reveal.
Dude, so that didn't get brought up. But someone who was it? Someone was making fun of me for knowing Candy Shop. I think it was my wife actually called me. There. Why didn't you rap on the podcast?
Why didn't you rap on the podcast?
So I'm going to tell you how this goes. I'm not ashamed.
I'm
not ashamed to do a lot of I talk a lot of shit. I don't care what you think. In general, I have very strong opinions. But yet you put me in the spot like, hey Devin, let's sing. Unless I am 3 sheets to the wind, I'm not doing it.
Let's go.
That's not happening. Here's the deal. We get to 500 subscribers, I'll rap to that song.
Wow. Okay, I like it.
At Limelight.
At Limelight.
We film it at Limelight.
Yeah,
Limelight?
I'll go there.
Karaoke
bar and save the song.
Karaoke bar.
I'll do it.
I'm all
That
over
or the
that.
Legion.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I love
500 subscribers, I will rap that song. And
We'll throw a party. We'll do invites.
We'll throw a 500 subscriber party.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love
Tell
that.
your mom. Tell your friend.
Tell your mom. I'll
Tell
tell
Johnny's
your
grandma.
mom. I'll tell every mom.
You'll tell me.
I'll let everyone's mom know. Okay, so that's the important stuff out of the way. That the housekeeping, I believe it's called.
Because I wish I could sing.
Well, anybody
I like
can
my
sing.
Americana
I sing
music.
all the
Yeah,
time.
I wish I could play. I won't even sing alone in a vehicle.
What?
Yeah, I'm like Jesus is watching, man. He listens to this shit.
I know that he wants to hear me singing.
I don't.
I'll sing literally
Maybe sing
anything.
Maybe you need to
anywhere.
learn to sing his praises, but I don't know if that's that's probably what you need to be singing.
That's good shit, dude. Really, you don't sing in your car by yourself?
I wouldn't even sing by myself. I'm so
I
embarrassed.
sing. I do nothing but sing by myself.
And I
I'm
wish-
always-
Oh,
I'm
I
always singing.
belt them out.
I go the real baritone songs like Conway
Do you?
Twitty and stuff. And
Yeah.
hello, darling.
So I looked into voice lessons last year. With my youngest, Cadence wants to sing in the worst way.
Okay.
And so I looked into voice lesson in Winnipeg. I was contacting a bunch of people, and one or two people got back to me, and they never followed up. I'm like, I want to get her voice lessons, and she was too embarrassed. I'm like, here's the deal. I'm more embarrassed than anybody to sing. I will go with you and do voice lessons.
Wow.
To help you. And because I've always wanted to learn to sing, and I'm like, I would do it with you. So we agreed to it, but I messaged a bunch of people voice lessons, and I never got any follow through with any of these companies I contacted.
That's weird.
So if any of you know anybody, I would still
I'll
take
teach you.
your voice
I'll
lessons.
teach you, no problem.
Holy shit!
I'd love to.
You tell me you're gonna make me hit the high note scares the shit out of me,
I'll hit you. You'll get those high notes.
or
baby.
into me.
You'll get those high notes.
Yeah.
Do you have a karaoke? I know you don't, Devin, but do you have a karaoke song?
Yeah, but it's a duet though. It's
Ooh,
Kid
even
Rock and
better.
Sheryl Crow.
Oh, I love
No
that
way.
tune.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know that song.
It's been a long time.
Hey,
since
why don't you sing it for us there, Tyler?
Well, hey, you know what?
music,
If I would need someone to sing the Sheryl Crow part,
I'll do it.
we
What's the song name of that song?
Pictures.
this will all be done at the 500 celebration.
No,
party.
that was my deal.
It's been a long. Yeah, no, that's probably my go-to. And if I had to do one by myself, it would probably be like a Randy Travis song or something. A good country song, you know. What I mean?
I heard.
No one to hold him, no one to fold him.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
that
that's an
many
easy
times.
one. You know, like the ones because I always find that there's like especially if you go like the older country, it's just all like low notes. There's not like a lot of
It's
high
easy.
sounds
Yeah.
and shit. The night at the hotel.
Oh, it's right on key.
I ain't seen the sun shine in 3 damn days. That's all you get for
Ready?
free, though. That's
You
all you
ready,
get.
It's still.
It's still me, but you got
You got to know the song.
to.
Whatever,
Damn
man,
it.
I'm white. Just give me a break. Now.
I don't know if there's someone more white than Kid Rock.
Actually, I like Kid Rock too.
I believe that.
Devin,
Clearly follow him.
Of course you like Kid Rock, Devin. Oh, my God. I can't believe you felt you had to say that even.
Yeah, sometimes people think I'm very, like, because I'm very center-left leaning, and they're not sure.
So
where
I tell you right
stand.
now, though, I'm going to listen to that song on the way home and sing every word, including Sheryl Crow's part, too.
Will
yeah.
you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna
for
put.
sure.
Yeah, I'll just FaceTime you on the way home.
I'll call you. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
sure. We can talk.
We can sing it together. I'll be Sheryl Crow. I'll be your Sheryl
You
Crow.
can be my Sheryl Crow. What's your go-to?
Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
man, yeah.
See, that's easy. That's a good one.
My sister's wedding in Mexico. We were at a resort, obviously, and karaoke night, and there were 2 Austrian women. They were friends, and the 3 of us became friends.
Ooh,
And we're sitting at a table at this karaoke night having drinks, and my aunts and uncles and everyone's at one table, and my sister and her wedding party's all at another table. And these 2 women are like, go sing. And I'm like, nah, I'm like, not going to do it. And my sister kind of catches wind, and she'll like bully me into anything.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, get up there, you pussy. So I'm like, shoot. So I go up there, and I don't know what they're going to have in their book, right? And so I flipped to Garth Brooks, and it's there. So I get up there, and I had the power of a crowd behind me. So the karaoke starts, and I know the song inside and out, but the screen breaks. Oh. So the music's still playing, but the words aren't there, but I know the song. And I'm singing, and my sister and her wedding party get up and start dancing. So it's like this false impression that I'm good. Then other people start dancing. And they're like 200 some odd people. Yeah, right? Yeah. 200 some odd people dancing while I'm doing karaoke. Well, I just followed up some Argentinian guy who barely speaks English, trying to like fight his way through a song. The last 4 days of that trip, there would be people stopping me and like, hey, that's the Canadian karaoke guy. That's the Canadian Garth Brooks guy. And I was like, this is kind of a good feeling.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I should start a band.
See, the Kid Rock is a very it's not a random choice. The reason I picked that song is because Kid Rock is a bad singer. So you can be a bad singer and still nail the song. You know, he's not the most technical of singers.
Yeah,
it'd be like if you did that song that Eminem sings, Haley song or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
If you just did that one, he's a bad singer. So anybody can hit the notes that he's singing. That's
you ever sing Nitty Gritty Dirt Bad?
Strategic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those guys are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with. Was more of that. Yeah.
Totally. That's all my stuff. I always laugh when I'm in my truck belting out a song because it's probably like a really sad country song. And you see this like redneck jacked up truck. I'm tatted at a bit of a bigger dude, and they have no idea like I'm singing a song that's slowly killing me inside. Like probably on my way to therapy.
some George Strait.
Yeah,
not a cowboy anymore.
Oh, good question actually. Better performer, George Strait or Garth Brooks?
Garth Brooks. I think Garth
I've
Brooks.
Never seen George Strait.
I think Garth Brooks is in like the top. I mean, George Strait is awesome to see. Like you see the old videos of him live and stuff. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But Garth Brooks is like. Outside of country, he's one of the best performers. Like
True.
he's just like so on. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
It's hard to compare to someone like that. It's like Shania Twain or something. You know what I mean? Where she's like too big for it to be like just a country performance.
Fun fact: I've seen her 3 times.
Really? We had the last one.
I love. No, I didn't go to that one.
I would like to have gone to that.
I'm like a box seat snob.
Oh, okay.
And I couldn't get the seats for that.
Well, it's like Nickelback compared to anybody else.
You like Nickelback? No. Honestly, do you
I
like?
actually like.
Do you like
Nickelback?
Nickelback?
So I've been to a lot of different concerts. I've been to AC/DC, Metallica, a bunch of them, and Nickelback put on one of the best shows I've been to.
Do you listen to Nickelback on your own time?
I do.
I think that everyone likes to be like, it's just like
I have a funny thing about Nickelback.
It's fun to be like, ooh, Nickelback, they suck, and they do suck. But it's like whatever.
It's like I listen to a lot of Creed too.
I unironically I do love Creed. Yeah. I think that they're great. I
think Creed sucks.
But, and there you go, and that's fine. But
Nickelback, it was at the height of their popularity. It was cool to hate them.
Yeah,
right.
You never met anyone who liked them.
But they're the most
popular
band
they had 1 billion
in the world.
record sales.
Yeah. But they're touring around the world and selling out arenas.
Yeah.
And no one likes them though.
They put on a really good show.
Yeah.
I was in Toronto during the MMVAs.
Oh yeah.
I think it was like 08 or 09. And
when Much Music was the shit.
Yeah. And we're partying at a club, and like Drake was there before. Like this was his first mixtape, Drake. And we're partying there, and this, that, and the other thing, and then things are shutting down. And one of the guys I was with was a nightclub promoter from Vancouver. And he's like, Chad says we can swing by their condo. So he's like, I don't know who the fuck Chad is. So it's Nickelback's condo in Toronto.
Wow.
That's it.
And the crowd of people there was absolutely unreal, right? Three-story condo, balcony with a pool. It was like...
Calling it a condo is really not doing it justice.
Yeah,
it's like a fucking...
And I'm like, if anyone knew who I was, they'd be like, "What's this guy doing here?" Right? So it's like 4 a.m, and someone's like, the buzz is like, "We're out of alcohol," blah 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 blah. And Chad Kruger gave this guy Peter. He's like, "Get us alcohol," and he's like, "Nothing's open." He's like, "Things are open with this card." And within like 45 minutes, a van pulled up.
Wow.
And they just unloaded alcohol, and the party kept going.
That's amazing.
It was like an absolutely wild night. And I got to talk to Chad for 2 seconds, really. Got introduced to him and this and that. And you're like, yeah, you guys are just a band. Like, what you do on stage is just a persona that you create.
It's a performance.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, that was like an absolutely wild night.
Was he friendly when you met him?
Super friendly.
Yeah.
Like, super cool. Are you having a good time? Where you from?
Was it still long hair Chad Kroger, or was it?
Oh yeah, this is like.
Did he show you his photograph?
I showed him a graph.
You don't like Creed?
No,
I can't. I'm sorry. I have. That's all I've been thinking about the whole time since you said
it's. I can't think of the lead singer's name.
Scott Stapp.
Stapp.
I
Yeah,
don't know the name.
his ad libs
It's great.
are like too much for me.
It's great. I don't know. I completely disagree with you. But
There was a thing for years where Wendler would bug Dave about liking Creed, and it was always because Dave would like try to defend it, and the guys were like, "It's Creed, man. Like it sucks, but like you're allowed to like it because you write all our checks."
yeah, you're Dave Tate.
Yeah, but and I mean, I'm not even a big rock guy to begin with.
See, I'm falling back into that because like I was like just the right age when that stuff was coming out.
Yeah.
So I was like 10
Yeah.
when Creed was like popping off.
With arms wide open.
Yeah, that was like, ooh, that was perfect for when I heard that. And like,
Yeah.
but also like all those other bands of that era too. Like,
And then you got in your emo stage and 6 feet from the edge.
yeah, fuck yeah. That's like, I listen, like, if you check my Spotify thing, like they're probably one of my highest listened to bands right now.
Yeah.
But like I've been listening to like them and like Stained again has been back on the
Because I told you Aaron Lewis is unreal.
No, that's not why.
Yeah, we literally talked about that. How he's on my bucket list.
Because I like some of their songs.
It's because it's Aaron Lewis.
No, I listened to them when I was like fucking 11.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, whatever. But they're I like that shitty butt rock of that era.
Yeah.
I know.
And I've just never been a rock guy. Like I went from.
I went away from that for a long time, and now that I'm older, I feel like I can. I feel like I don't have to impress anybody. Not that that's what you're doing, but I feel like
No.
I feel like I don't have to impress anybody anymore.
Trust me, my music doesn't impress anyone. You're like, hey, you like Charlie Crockett? And they're like, who?
not like mine.
Yeah. But I grew up in like country music in my grandma's basement. Then I turned into
that
like.
stuff is it's like barely a divergence from country music. I feel like some of it, like
I just never gave it a chance. Like
Okay,
because
maybe
I went from that to like shitty white South End rapper guy, and
Right.
then back into country. And I've.
So you were probably a Kid Rock guy then.
I hated his like ba with the ba to bang
Really?
to bang big, but when he got into the Southern rock stuff, I liked.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Dude,
Yeah.
after our wedding, like we said our vows. When we walked out down the aisle, was to Kid Rock.
Ba with the ba.
ba with the ba.
No, it was.
My name is Ken.
The door just bursts open.
that Sweet Home Alabama one he did, or
Yeah,
Ba with the ba.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what I think.
That's what I did with her after the wedding.
I'm pretty sure you're thinking of the song Ba with the ba.
ba with the da and yell.
It's about the same speed.
Yeah.
Bang to bang diggity. Bang
Yeah,
to bang.
and then he's done.
Yeah. Wow.
The honeymoon was over before they could say honeymoon.
That was an interesting tangent that we went on there.
The wedding night.
Well, we
So
got.
I actually, sorry, before we get to this,
No, please.
I had a conversation today about music while lifting.
Oh, okay, yep.
I don't care about music because when I lift, I'm really in my head. I don't hear between sets. I'm a different person than the guy on the platform or on the bench. And I've had people at the gym I train at now that don't even know me, and they're like, "It's serial killer that you don't have headphones or anything."
I hate training with headphones. I know that you do that because that's more.
You train with headphones?
Well, but that's because he needs people to leave him alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Owning the gym, it's if
The-
I don't
the
have
same-
answers to
the
guys,
same
like, hey,
reason-
can you spot me? Can you help me?
Well, can you tell Tyler and I something about owning a gym?
Yeah, I could. My bad. I can tell you how to own a successful one.
Ouch.
Well, because it's the same way that McDowell would put on the headphones.
Yeah.
And I'm not always convinced he was listening to something in there. You know what I mean? I think that sometimes he was just putting headphones in just so it'd be like, go away.
Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally forgot.
That was good. That was funny.
That was good. No, that was dunking on us both.
But what do you have? Because no music hypes me up to lift. For me to lift, and I actually explained it to my therapist today, where it's like getting under a 500-pound bench, I have to be so in tune with my body and everything that's going on. I can have zero distractions. And I go through my feet, my ass, the arch of my back, my shoulders, where my elbows are, where my wrists are, my hand rotation, who's lifting off for me. When they said it, when I can't have music, so it all blocks out, and I go into like the abyss,
Right.
kind of.
I find it matters what the lift is for me because if it's a really technical lift, then I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I found that I kind of figured this actually when we were doing So sort of the genesis of like where our strongman stuff is now was that we would go. What's it called? Pansy, Manitoba. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. During we went there during
I didn't know where you were going with that.
when everything was closed. We would go and we would train on the highway.
When we were
Literally on the highway at my buddy's
Yeah,
place.
Really?
Yeah.
We would in the middle of the highway in front of
Like come tell us to not fucking train now.
Yeah.
in front of a
Really
gentleman
field.
that Devin knew's house and or no knows and
Yeah.
it was that was when I realized because I would try to get into this fucking like crazy like going angry ape shit and to do log and I'm like I'm fucking blowing it before I get it to my chest even what I mean like I'm not like I'm it's too technical to get angry. I can't get angry at this and then I find that's what I'm trying to do with music is get into an angry state and sometimes that works with a simple one movement lift or something maybe a deadlift or whatever.
I won't do 1 rep max with headphones.
See, I will for
that.
certain lifts, but if we're talking like circus dumbbell or something where it's not about strength, it's about technique, then there's no point in getting mad at it. That's not the point of it. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm doing with music is if I'm going to try to get aroused or like angry or whatever, it's about getting mad.
Yeah.
So it's
So for me, I listen to a lot of slower music when I lift, and it's more to calm me down between sets.
Yeah.
That's what I find I
It
do.
mellows me up between the sets, and then when I'm under the bar, I don't hear the music anyways.
Me neither.
But in between the sets, it just brings me back down.
My main lifts and my accessory lifts are two different like musical genres usually.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like I might go something a little more aggressive, and really only if I'm by myself. Like I really don't like to make a scene in the gym if I'm surrounded by people.
Yeah.
Especially like regular gym goers because I don't think that's a good look. But if I'm by myself, I might go something a little more aggressive for that, and then I'll go to. I literally have a playlist in here called Sad Country that I put on.
You don't Reggie your lifts in front of everybody?
No, I try not to. I fucking
Fuck your
I
family.
missed a log last week, and there was a couple other guys in the gym. Actually, one of them was Reggie, and I was just livid, and I was just like white hot, and I just like went into my office, and I was like, I'm gonna go in my office, I'm gonna close the door, and I'm just gonna fucking stand there and be angry instead of doing it in front of the gym. And I went and I went to kind of like flick the door. It was just a weak like inside door or whatever. I went to go flick the door shut behind me, and the door handle ripped out and ripped the door in half. And so now
You truly are a disciple of McDowell.
I was like, fuck. So now I'm mad that I did that, and I'm standing in my office.
Now it costs you money.
Yeah, well, I'm standing in the office with my door half ripped off, just like, holy shit, I look like a fucking asshole right now. And I was just like, and it's funny because you mentioned Reg, and I walked out and I was like, hey man, I've done that before where I've fucking, punched the wall or something stupid after just things embarrassing things you don't need to do. You know what I mean? Like there's not like no one cares as much as you do in that moment, and you look like an asshole when you do that. So I'm fully aware of that. So whenever I do something stupid like that, I always walk over and I was like, hey man, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's not how I want to conduct myself in my gym and whatever. And Reggie's like, "Oh, dude, I'm a fucking psycho. I don't care." And I was like, "Yeah."
You did the same at Rumble.
I was like, "You of all people, I guess."
You did the same at Rumble. So we said no bomb and log. Tyler bombs the log. Yeah. And I'm like, I just said, I'm like, do not bomb your log. Like I'm gonna treat.
I almost made a joke about it on the mic.
Because you just bombed it, and I just said the same thing to every competitor. I'm like, do not bomb your log.
Yeah.
And he walks away. And he comes back for that lift. Before he even touched it, sorry for bombing your log, Devin.
Yeah. Well, I was like,
I'm like, well, good. At least you respect me for.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I know we're buddies and stuff, and you're the problem. Like, do not bomb it.
No,
Like, I'll take your rep away like I'll do anybody else.
No, and I would never.
Yeah.
I would never.
Same with the card deadlifts. I was just giving the down committee time. I'm like, wait for my command. Okay.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I was calling them out loud,
Yeah.
and you started and you pulled your hand back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, throw it 4, 5. And I'm looking at Gord, and I have the mic covered, and I'm like, was that a rep?
Gordon
Was
does the
that-
same to me. He's like, are you giving him that one? I'm like, I'll give the one because I warned him and he listened on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I warn somebody and then they don't listen next one, I'll take both away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I did the log and I was like, fuck whatever. And then you said that and I was like, you get that moment where you're just like, it's almost like a bug biting you and you're like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like,
I seen the look you gave me.
In the first second.
Oh yeah, the look you
and
gave
then,
me.
And then as soon as my my blood pressure went down and I realized that I did do that, I was like, fuck. And I went back and I was like, sorry for doing that. And that's because it's your equipment, it's your stuff, and I can appreciate that. So
I actually think those gym freakouts, don't encourage them. I don't think they're cool.
no, they're not. They're not cool.
I think we've all done them.
Yeah.
And that's like a moment of passion. I remember the first like fight that McDowell and I had. I was going for a bench PR, and I was like a young employee then. So he's like my boss, my mentor. We weren't even friends yet. And I'm pushing through my sticking point where I always had like an odd one. and he grabbed the bar. And I got up and I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, man?" And he's like, "You were stuck. It wasn't going up." I'm like, "That," and we like barked at each other. He stormed that one, and I stormed the other way. And anyone who else was in the gym was like, "Well, these are the two top dogs.
Right.
Like, what's going on here?" And we came back, and I was like, "Sorry, man." And he was like, "No, it's cool. Like, it's fine."
Yeah.
And I actually, people who train hard and push themselves and are prepping for something see that stuff, and I think they admire it a little.
Right.
And you still don't want to do it as the top dog in your place,
or the owner. Yeah.
but some people I think are like, "Oh, okay, he's more passionate than I am.
Right.
I thought he's just the dude who opened these doors for me." And
there's something to that, and it's sorry, I didn't cut you off there.
no, I'm at the rambling point.
But I was gonna say that the one thing that I don't want people to think is that like, well, that's just how you lift. You know what I mean? Like, you get yourself to this point where it's like, if you miss a lift, you should be that pissed off or whatever. Like, it's I don't like we've talked before about how Reggie goes into this like crazy state.
Yeah.
I
And it's,
actually want to see that.
it's very real, and I really can't stress that enough. That it's not him being like, "Ooh, there's an audience here. I have to put on a show." It's very real what he's doing there, and then when I do something stupid, like I fucking rip the door off the hinges, or I've punched a hole in my wall and stuff before. I've done stupid shit like that. It's not me being like, "Oh, I missed a lift and there's an audience around. I have to fucking prove myself now." It's just this moment where I don't even know like where I am and what I'm doing, and it's embarrassing afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not happy that I'm doing it, and I would hate to. I think there is something to what you're saying too, because one of the other guys who was there, I was like, "Hey man, I'm sorry, and I should have done that."
And I've had to do that.
Right, and he was just like, he goes to a different gym every once in a while. He's like, "I'm afraid to make noise when I go there, so it's nice to see people give a fuck here." And I was like, "Okay, well, that's nice of you to say that, but still."
I've done the same.
Yeah, but
It's usually on lifts that I know I should have.
Right.
Where something went wrong technical that I had control over.
right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm pissed off.
But I hate the idea of someone being like, "Well, next time I miss something, I'll put on a little show too."
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than somebody being like, "Oh, me too," you know what I mean, and just like fucking whatever, you know what I mean?
The Me Too movement of gyms.
Yeah, or like the thing with Reggie, where if someone sees Reggie doing that, it's like, "Oh, I should do that too." It's like, no, you shouldn't. Like it really only.
You mean like
works.
all the people on Instagram that take 15 minutes to up their deadlift and wiggle their
exactly.
There's a kid at the gym I train at now, young guy, small, but pretty impressive physique, bodybuilder or men's fitness or whatever they call the one where you don't train legs, and
physique,
I believe.
Physique, yeah.
impressive physique.
He like grunts his way through everything. Does the like finish a set and skybomb the dumbbells and turn around and look completely exasperated, and the fucking head punch and the quad slap,
Right.
for like a 185
He pretty
squat.
much hits his kneecaps.
Yeah. And it's like you can watch someone and be like, all of this behavior is premeditated.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're crazy, you don't have to show you're crazy,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it just shines through.
Right.
And crazy people aren't always crazy.
Right.
No.
They have moments of crazy
Right.
where everyone goes, "Whoa,
Yeah.
that guy's off his rockers
Yeah.
or off his meds," one or the other. But if you're like that for every rep of
For bent over
15-pound lateral raise,
Bent over lateral
it's just
raises.
like, oh, you want attention.
It's very
like,
transparent.
Daddy didn't hug you.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that behavior is gross. But the odd breakout is like, oh, he's passionate.
Yeah.
He's chasing a goal. He loves this as much as he loves his dog.
But
or
the new
whatever.
age gym culture is that showman Instagram.
You want to put that
social
video on
media
Instagram,
bullshit. Yeah.
and I'll just call it what it is. You're a loser. You want to impress people that don't know you.
How many
Right.
lifts?
Like, sorry.
How many lifts you put? You put some on your story, but not a post.
Not to be an asshole, but I'm also sponsored, and as part of my contract.
That's what I'm saying, and
have
I
to
know
do
that's
that.
Yeah.
that's probably one of the only.
That's not
reasons
an
you do it.
asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just to say that. Like, I'm just like,
How many lifts do you
it's-
put in?
It's
Instagram?
in my
I
contract.
don't put that many on. A couple a year, maybe at the most.
There was a period in like when I just got Instagram, whatever year I got it, like I was late on the bus. And I'm like, I'm a coach, I'm a gym owner. This is like kind of my thing.
How many? Yeah.
And I put like my week recap and I put a couple lifts up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, I'm a loser. because there's guys with totals double mine who are like, There's Dave
This guy's
Beakley.
with deadlifts better than my total.
There's Dave Beakley, and then there's Dan Green, who are in the same weight class.
Right.
Yeah.
No one wants to see my shitty
Yeah.
620 deadlift.
Right.
It's paltry.
Right.
So I actually, not only did I stop posting anything, I took everything off.
Yeah.
I think the only like lifting video that remains on my Instagram is my big bench fail that ended up on Gym Fails.
Right.
Yeah.
Because although it could have killed me, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And it's a bit of a learning lesson because there were like a myriad of things that happened that set that up. And I put my spotter in a terrible position because he's not a lifter.
Right.
I just needed to help get that bar off, and he skybombed it on me.
Right.
But that's my
But
fault.
he didn't know, though. Yeah.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason it's still up there is because it's like, that's actually a really funny memory. Like, I dislocated my jaw and could barely talk for 3 days.
Right.
And thank God I was doing a board press because otherwise I have a bar through my esophagus and I'm literally dead.
Right.
But like anyone with like fit in their name or
I wanted to make an account, Devin Fit, but I mean, I take one selfie and be like, this guy's clearly not.
This guy is a liar.
is the A that close to the I?
Everybody, this fit, that fit.
trying to become something. Just be who you are.
Yeah.
Whatever you are on Instagram, be who you are.
Right.
Don't try to be and get like a Shark Tank or whatever that
Yeah.
stupid brand is.
Shark
Don't get your
Gym Shark.
Sorry.
No, yeah, Shark Tank.
Shark
Yeah.
Tank.
Don't like. I don't want like Dave 10 as my promo code.
Right.
Get out of here. Like
The thing that I think is
But I
is
will
funny-
do Strong and Petty 10 if any of you guys are interested.
Absolutely, yes. What was funny is that you said the thing
I'll
with, like,
boycott that.
the
We will do Strong 10 and take the proceeds.
the whatever fit or whatever strong or whatever. It's funny when people have a separate account for their lifting and then they have their personal account because it's really showing that this is not you and not what you're about.
exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Exactly.
But, like, that's
You
what
look
it
at
is.
my account, it's
If
like
you need
hunting,
right.
me in some sort of stupid outfit.
But if you
Yeah, like
like
it's- lifting.
my personal account is my lifting stuff because my life, for better or for worse,
This is your life
is
right
this
now.
lifting
Yeah.
stuff,
And
right?
you're where I was.
So but I don't need to separate it and be like, well, here's my regular page for people to follow if they don't care about lifting, and here's my lifting page for lifting people to follow
Yeah.
because it's inextricably connected for me. There's
Yeah.
no in between.
But I do
do
like your
do whatever you guys want to do.
I do like
Please.
your inspirational quotes.
I have lots of inspirational quotes. Suck my dick.
Yeah, I love those. The same picture every day of their ass. Just train delts. It's a picture of their ass with an inspirational quote. And I'm like,
I'll start doing that.
yeah, fucking
Like
drives me
just put I
nuts.
changed my pants today and you're still looking at my ass.
Yeah.
Like that's all you need
I
to
feel the
put.
same when I see a guy with like serial entrepreneur in his
Serial
profile.
entrepreneur.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I've eaten a lot of fucking Fruit Loops too. Like I don't know about
Yeah.
the serial entrepreneur. Like
Yeah, like Tyler's probably falling into that realm and you and I are in that realm.
yeah.
Do you want to hear about a serial entrepreneur? It's a lot of like Click and KD.
Yeah.
To be a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah.
It's not standing in front of someone else's Maybach
Yeah.
and getting up at 4:30 in the morning to shut up.
Yeah.
You're a
If
loser.
If you don't have 5 streams of income, you're not making. I heard this one there one day. If you're not 5 streams of income, you're not making it through this recession.
What if you have half
Well,
a stream of
I guess
income?
I'm going broke.
Yeah, I have one half of a stream of income.
Yeah.
Yeah. I swallow my chewing tobacco just to have an extra meal.
I'm glad you swallow.
I'm a swallower for sure.
I don't
Because you're
mean to-
offered to come visit you before the podcast. I
mean-
would have taken it.
I told you my door was all unlocked and I'm lying in
He
bed.
literally texts me, he's like, face down, ass up. I'm like, just the way I like my men.
I don't mean to derail this stimulating conversation, but I got a few questions here that I thought were actually good conversational things that have to do with what this podcast is about, which is like strength sports and stuff.
Oh, weird.
Is it?
Yeah, I thought so.
I thought it was
but-
about being petty.
I thought this episode was more the petty
Well,
side
this
of
is
things.
definitely the last one was definitely more the strong, and this one has been definitely more the petty. But we're like ragging on teenagers who have fit in their Instagram. But this guy asked 2 questions, and I think that they're both pretty interesting. And
You
I
get
think-
one. Second one's $10.
So the first question is it's pretty cut and dry, but it's what is the road to qualify for CSM?
Get stronger.
Get stronger is the first thing. The road to CSM is very easy because now Westerns is an open competition. You sign up for Westerns, you podium at Westerns, you go to CSM.
Oh.
Yep.
It's a lot. Yeah, because
Is that because it's in Manitoba?
No,
or is,
no. Westerns are still out in Alberta.
So they.
Oh, because man, you guys.
I'm talking Canada's Strongest Man, not the amateur nationals that we're putting on here.
Yes.
I'll just shut up. And you guys know.
Our nationals do nothing for CSM.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So
the only way to
is-
CSM from the West is Westerns.
Sort of. Nationals here, if you win the open division, you get your pro status to go and
Sorry, yes. That's
which
true.
doesn't directly put you in CSM, but it does put you on the pro circuit.
So the Westerns always you qualified by invite, and it was just the top 12 did it. This year they're doing a 2-day. So if you make it to the second day, so
Yeah.
anybody can enter the first day. You make the second day, then if you pull
Which
in,
is,
you gotta
which
go
is
to
the way that
clearance.
Easterns has always been done, but because Westerns was always part of the Canada Day celebration,
And they had a small
Regina,
window.
They had to do it in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So that's the easy way the easy way to describe how to qualify for Canadians is actually very, very hard. This is the question that I thought was interesting. It said, when I first stepped into the gym last year, I wanted to qualify for CSM in 3 to 5 years. Is that attainable?
Is this who I think it is?
I don't know. Who do you think it is?
Uh,
I'll show you.
I'm positive I know who this is. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Great guy.
Yeah, I saw the display picture and I know who it is.
Yeah, I know who it is.
The short answer is no. I don't believe that's attainable.
In 3 to 5 years?
To
No,
qualify
okay.
for CSM,
Whoa.
I don't think it is.
No, now run on which now at current 3 to 5 years of dedicated training at his body weight, not a chance in hell.
Nope.
You got to put on I know who it is. You got to put on, I would say 100 pounds.
Okay, let me ask an outsider question.
I mean-
CSM is still.
Three guys from the West go to CSM.
Are there weight classes?
No.
No, open.
Open.
Yeah. Five years is tough.
That's like 3 years wouldn't.
And this
'Cause
isn't me trying to say you could never do it. I'm saying 3 to 5 years is too short.
If he had 5 years in the game of strength training already and rolled into it,
Sure.
then maybe, and you're ready at the 250 and pretty lean
You're-
mark.
you're-
I need to gain to 300.
You're asking way too much of yourself to be able to develop in 5 years.
Yeah.
If you were think of CSM as playing for Team Canada in the hockey. If you were like, I'm going to start playing hockey, would it be realistic for
In
you
anything.
Yeah. Would it be realistic for you to be like, I'm going to go to the national level, a professional national level in 3 to 5 years? It's just not. You know what
Unless
I mean?
he's a genetic freak, and I would love for him to prove us
And
wrong.
there absolutely are. Tristan Hoth was a guy who I think in his first year he did CSM.
That's insane.
Tristan Hoth is also my height, 340.
Yeah.
He has hands like it completely cover mine up when
Twice
we
the
shake
size
hands.
of Dan's.
Yeah, he's fucking.
He could hold the Hercules hold then.
He's a
kidding, Dan.
oh.
Ouch.
He's a freak of
I love
nature,
Dan.
and those guys don't come along very
Yeah.
often.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the guys. I like his drive. He's showing
I
up
think-
to the comps.
Yeah, of course. I have nothing. This is not in any way a slight to this person.
I would
This
say
is-
more look on the 5 to 8 year mark.
Yeah, I would say that. That's
And
reasonable.
you're gonna have to put on.
It took me 8 years, and
you're gonna have to put on 100 pounds.
it took me 8 years, and I'm also 6'3".
Yeah.
I'm.
Yeah, he's what about 6 feet?
I
maybe?
would. Maybe, yeah.
He's
I would
taller
say
than me, I think, 6
he's
feet.
a little tall,
6 foot.
but I would say that I walk around at 250. If I stopped working out, I would slim down to about 250, 240. You know what? I would.
I don't know. That's I walk around 250 without doing shit.
I honestly, I
Yeah?
get pretty skinny if I.
Wow.
Tyler-
Yeah, fuck.
Tyler's
Yeah, I
naturally
get pretty skinny at 250.
Tyler's naturally a leaner guy.
Yeah,
Is he?
I would go right down to 240.
Like
I
every
can know you in your
pound,
skinny days.
every pound is earned
Yeah, it's
with
tough.
you.
It's tough. And the best advice that I could give would be prove me wrong.
Yeah.
Show me that you can do it.
Yeah.
Because you can use this as fucking hater fuel or whatever and say that me saying that you can't do it, you're going to prove me wrong, and I hope that you do. I hope that
I
you're
would love that.
I hope that you're the next guy. I hope that in a couple of years that you're blowing guys away at Westerns,
Yeah.
and then you're showing up to CSM and having a great showing there. But I think that.
I mean, there's always a chance that 9 of the 12 guys get injured.
Well, that's what I said. Because here's the funny part is that when I did Westerns, people were asking like, oh, like, you know, they always ask like, are you going to win? Do you think you're going to win? And I was like, well, if I won, it would be really tragic because about 5 guys would have to drop dead for me to win.
You knew where you were at.
Right, and then I surprised myself and I did well. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you right now
He
too.
killed 5 people.
When I say 5 now, but I'm pretty sure I said 10 when I was making that joke because it seemed very unattainable to me.
Yeah,
that
and there
I
were
would-
9 people in the show.
Yeah. And I'll tell you right now though that when I went to CSM, I was not.
You realize the levels.
I didn't understand. I thought I did, and I didn't. When I got there, I was like, fuck, these guys are strong.
Yeah.
These guys are so fucking strong. Even the guys who I beat are stronger than me. I just happen to get points on them, whatever.
Yeah.
Like whatever that means, right?
Yeah.
But the guys there are so ungodly strong that like, so I think me and Jeffers and maybe I think only the Western guys, we all zeroed the squat. It's a 685 squat for reps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not a fucking joke. It's like it's really really heavy shit. And if you don't think that right now, if you can't imagine yourself in 5 years, or 3 to 5 years, sorry, squatting 685 for reps, then you're not ready.
Yeah.
And I say that
And
as somebody
5
who's
years
zeroed-
from now, that 685 is probably 725.
That's the thing.
The way numbers increase.
are going
And let's
up,
face
yeah.
it, your log at 350, wherever the hell you're at, is dog shit for Canadians.
I say this every time, but I deadlifted 750 and I got 9th place.
That's what I mean. Like it's
Tied for 9th.
Yeah.
Tied for 9th.
Like, that's gross.
the numbers are just every year you can add another 2%.
Jeffers
Add
had
another 2%.
Jeffers has an 800 deadlift, 800 plus, and he got 5th or 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not. It's
So I mean, I
it's-
hope I prove us wrong. That would be amazing.
I think it's great. I think it's no matter what the outcome is. I think it's fantastic to have goals for yourself.
Keep
like
that.
that.
Keep that energy.
Yeah,
That's
because
what it is.
that was my goal was to
Yeah.
go to CSM. That was what I wanted to do, and now I have different goals.
Yeah.
But that was like my
Keeping that same energy after a long season of competing. If you have a couple tweaks and injuries, and keeping that same energy and dedication in the off season will get you there one day.
sure.
But
Yeah.
it's hard to keep that same motivation in the off
There
season.
was and we said the size thing too. Like
And
there was
eating those meals day in and day out like you do.
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't do that in the
it's
off
tough.
season.
It's tough. A lot. The two of the guys at CSM were 5'9", let's say.
Yeah.
They weren't super tall guys, but they were also 330, 340.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
That's
they were
your height.
they're fucking gigantic.
A few inches taller than you. Yeah.
They're
The
fucking
thing
When we
is,
get to 500 subscribers, me and Dave will finally measure height.
take your hardest day of training, combine it with your hardest day of eating,
Yeah.
and do that for 60 months.
That's an interesting way to put it. That's a really interesting way to put
like
it.
that's
actually.
900 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh? Your math's a little off there.
Whatever it is.
It's a high number, whatever it is.
It's a high number.
But you're right. That's a really interesting way to put it, though.
Around
It's like
1800.
it's like
1800. Yeah.
Whenever-
Sorry.
whenever-
Thank you.
you know when people have those like experimental days where it's like, oh, I'm gonna try to do like this 4,000 or 5,000 calorie a day diet.
Yeah.
Do it every day.
Do it every day.
do it until it stops being fun.
What's your low calorie day? It's got to be 4,000 to 5,000.
My low one is 5,100.
That's insane.
My high one is 8,000.
Yeah, I don't think I could physically eat that.
Janaea
could.
I
That'll
throw up
fucking tell you.
I have to combat myself from throwing up all the time. I just like
Yeah.
I failed 2 days ago. I was sitting on the toilet in the gym and I puked all over the floor.
Just from eating.
Just for me.
You weren't training.
No, I just I ate a bunch of.
So you eat it?
I cleaned up off the floor and it smelled fucking disgusting. I had a bunch of pizza pops and eggs and like Swiss rolls.
Yeah.
So it was just a big fucking mess of those all over the place. And then what did I do? I went and ate again because I had to get it back in me.
And give up your physique.
Yeah, for sure.
Like abs,
For so long.
throw them out the window.
so long.
Unless
Unless you're like Max Boudreau or somebody who's just a freak of nature like that, it's just not going to happen for you.
and someone like Max went from a lean guy to a plus size guy, and then once you were that,
Yeah.
you can come
Fine-tune
back.
your physique a bit.
Yeah.
You fine tune your physique a
Yeah.
bit.
Or you fine tune your diet. You fine tune what you need.
Yeah, but you have to get to that weight first.
Yeah.
And the difference is we say gain.
Don't be a fat piece of shit.
I
but,
say gain
Right.
100 pounds, but 70 pounds that needs to be muscle.
Yeah.
Yeah. For
And
sure.
you're not putting on 70 pounds of muscle in 3 years,
No.
even running anything.
That's and I think that's really the interesting part about it is that like
You just need to put on quality muscle every year.
right there's literally like I don't want to call it like a formula, but like you can look up basically how much lean muscle you can put on in a year, like how realistically how much
So
you can. How
yeah,
much
so
you
do
can
the math.
Right. So
Remember the
look at
math, the math.
and don't trick yourself into thinking that 5 years is a long time. It's
No.
not.
No.
It'll go by in the blink of
It's,
an eye.
it's a very short time, and
Yeah.
you'll be realizing that you're 10 years into the gym, 15 years into the gym, really really quickly.
Yeah.
I'm coming up on 20 years now training in the gym. I started when I was 14 or 15.
Yeah. I'm 15 years now.
Yeah, and it's just like it's
From
like,
like consistently. Yeah.
yeah, and it's
I'm like 25.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
you thought like if you would have said in 5 years I'm going to be hitting all these crazy numbers, and all of a sudden you're at 5 years and it's like, well, I'm on the way, but I'm not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And 5 years goes by really fast.
I had buddies train with me 10 years ago who were like, I could never imagine not training. We're going to be in this for life. None of them train anymore.
right.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, like chasing a 400-pound raw bench. You've
I've
hit
been
it.
chasing the 500 for
I don't know if you've
10
hit
years.
400 raw. I assume you
I
have.
did 425 or something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But the jump from 315 to 405, just to keep it basic, 4 plates, that was like a 5 or 6 year journey. And you get to 315 relatively quick.
Right. Comparatively, for sure.
And that puts you in like the upper echelon of people in the world.
Yeah.
But 315 to 405, you really start looking at absolutely every part of your training, your diet, your sleep, your water,
Everything.
your nutrition. Like all of that has to come together to hit that. And now you have to get to 495. Or you ain't shit.
It never
if
ends,
you
yeah.
want to be a strength sport.
Well, I could say, like, it took me 7 years to get from 425 to 475.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
I didn't focus on bench.
Raw?
Yeah. I hit 475. It was touch and go. It was gym lift.
I don't care. That's huge.
Just
you
was,
lock
just,
that
just
out.
was my my Ray-Ban sleeves that ripped.
So
in
not
the-
raw. Okay, got it.
But it's
neoprene
funny how
sleeves.
and your opinion of yourself will change too. Where it's like as soon as I started hitting like those mid-7 numbers, man, I sure feel like a bitch when I have to go down to 6. You know what I mean? Whereas before 6 was like awesome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but it's all relative. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like where it's the same thing too with like bench. Where all of a sudden when you're hitting in those 4s, if you're like, oh, I only got like 365 today, whereas a few years ago you would have killed for 365.
Yeah.
It's amazing how fast your opinion of numbers
What's
change
your
like
best
that.
bench you've hit, like without a shirt?
No shirt, just wrist wraps.
Yeah.
425.
Nice. See,
Yeah.
I used those blue Ray-Ban sleeves, but
Yeah.
And I had some shitty wrist wraps I owned. I hit
Yeah.
475.
Yeah. 532 shirt, single ply, and 425 raw. Just wrist wraps.
Nice.
It's just
We should race to 500. Maybe give us
I-
both motivation to do something.
I know, right? Like,
Like,
it's,
I need something to chase besides the wife, and I ain't catching her.
I spend more time on mobility now than anything, and actually overhead press.
Yeah, and I've gotten better at looking at my toes.
Yeah.
that's good.
It's about the
So
mobility I have.
that hip mobility has been really increased for you.
I wanted to. We got about 15 minutes left here, so I wanted to get to that question from Marshall that I
yeah,
thought
we had
was,
a couple. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was
Marshall.
interesting. We can
Yeah.
we got. I actually have a ton of questions that we can save for next time, which is nice.
Thanks
To the people who do that too. That's really cool.
We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people who take the time just to shoot a little thing.
So Marshall, who's a huge supporter, Marshall Johnson, Marshall the Freak Show Johnson. Thank you for everything you do,
Yeah, man.
for supporting us, Marshall.
Yep, thank you.
Sent me a question, kind of out of the blue too. Most of the time we talk, it's mostly BS. As someone in the strongman community, what's your opinion on Brian Shaw competing in his own competition? As someone on the outside, I think it's pretty lame, but I'm not in that genre. Random ass thought I had the other day.
Let's get the promoter aspect of it.
Man, so Brian competes his own shows, and he often wins them, the Shaw Classic, or he places. But he's just Brian's an overall. I love Brian Shaw. I like what he's done for the sport, and he's a great athlete. So Brent Ham always competed in his shows, but he also was the only guy putting them on, and he wanted to compete. So I was always props to him. And I hated when guys would say he tailored them to his strengths, and that's why when I put on shows. I will never tailor them to my strengths. I will just pick random events. We did the same with Rumble in the Valley for you.
Yeah.
That show was literally set up for you to lose.
Yeah,
It was.
was.
And the only reason I do this, I would never want to be accused of favoritism in my
So
comps.
so explain how it was set up for you to lose.
Well, we should
Could lose to Jeffers.
not literally, but it was like I'm better at reps than I am at a max log.
You let me choose the events.
Yes, I'm better at reps on anything than I am with a max.
Yeah.
Truck pull I'm good at, but Jeffers is a little bit better, and I know that.
Hercules hold.
Hercules hold I'm terrible at. Jeffers is great. He's got a
You
world.
got
came
one
in
of the
third?
best grips in Canada.
I think third or fourth. Yeah,
But Jeffers is one of the best grips
Jeffers
in
has
Canada.
a world class grip.
Yeah.
The duck walk was
Duck
whatever.
walk could have been anybody's
Yeah,
game.
that was fine. The deadlift, Jeffers is a amazing deadlifter. He's
We
better.
just know
He's
he's- yeah.
better. He's better than I'm at deadlifting. I made the joke to Jeffers that it was the perfect show for me to come in second to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is what it was.
Yeah.
But it wasn't set up that way or anything. But like as an example, like Jeffers is bad with front load carry stuff. And
We could have thrown a
I beat him with that, but we didn't throw that kind of stuff in there just because it was. Honestly, I didn't think about it.
Yeah.
It just wasn't. It
No,
didn't really cross
These
my
are the
mind.
events that I wanted in the
Yeah,
show.
it didn't really cross because I wasn't even sure if I was going to compete.
Yeah. So the whole
so-
competing in the same promoting.
I didn't know that.
I jumped in because we didn't have enough guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted another pro in it.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm maybe not the best. Maybe I am the best guy because I promote the shows. But if you can do it unbiased and you can do it and still put on, and Brian puts on a great show because he's probably got a great team around him that can do that for him. At that caliber, I don't know if I probably wouldn't do it. Now, take that from, I promote Maxwell Strongman, and Brian Shaw is one of the best ever to do it. So take that with what it's worth.
They're asking your opinion, right? So,
but yeah, you're asking my opinion. I probably wouldn't do it. I would focus on putting on an amazing show. And I wouldn't want anything to tarnish my, not like my name's worth anything, but I wouldn't want someone to say I had a bias in my show.
Yeah.
That's just my integrity, though. I pride myself on that. I don't have anything of size except my integrity.
Now, is there an element of I'm the guy, come beat me?
yes.
For sure.
Yeah, I do think
That
so.
That is a good thing.
And I think
Yeah.
people want to compete against
I think
that
that people
show.
want to compete against Brian Shaw. I think that any of the athletes who are there would be happy to have an opportunity to compete against Brian Shaw. Yeah. And there's a business element to this, right, too?
Yeah.
Where he is a bona fide star in Strongman. Where they hold it in his hometown.
Fair.
Right? So it's held like it's the Brian Shaw show in a lot of ways, which I can fully understand why Marshall might be like, that's kind of lame. Like, give the spotlight to the other athletes. But what he's doing is he's widening the spotlight, right? So he has this giant spotlight on him because they're in Colorado somewhere, where people go to see him.
That's where he played college basketball.
I think so.
too.
Yeah. So he's a star there, and he's a star in Strongman. So when people hear that, oh, this is Brian Shaw's last pro show, or this might be his, whatever. That gets more streams for the pay-per-view. It gets, or whatever they call it. It gets more people in the door who are buying tickets. And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I'm almost 100% sure that the athlete purses are decided by the revenue.
Okay.
Now, I appreciate the fact that he gives if he wins, he gives his purse away.
If he wins, he gives the purse
or wherever
away.
he places.
He doesn't keep the money. If he wins, that money is dispersed amongst the other athletes.
That's super cool.
Whatever money he gets. And I think that's maybe the thing that someone like Marshall, who, as he said himself, he's not on the inside of Strongman knowing this stuff. He might just not know that.
But
I think that was a valuable question from someone
where people
who's...
get upset is it's his equipment. He trains the implants. He sets them ahead of time, and he only releases the events at a certain date, but he knows them.
But he's creating a platform for guys who so he has the Shaw Open, and then he has the Shaw Classic, and then he has the Shaw Open, where Jeffers is going to do the Shaw Open, Tristan Hope is going to do the Shaw Open, Joey Lavalley, Wes Derwinski, all these Canadian guys that aren't. Frankly, I think some of them are, but they're not being given a shot at the classic level yet. But they're getting an opportunity to compete in front of a huge crowd, in front of a brand, in front of an audience that's never seen them before.
Yeah.
And I think that does a lot for them. And I think that it might be looking at it at the wrong angle to see it as him being like, I'm the star of the show, I'm doing this and that. It's him being like, I am a star in the sport, and I'm going to use that.
And we don't know the politics at the top level. As far as I see it, Brian Shaw's been a great ambassador. I'm sure I've heard some of the politics from other people, but I don't know them personally.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know what some people who might know him might be like, yeah, he's kind of selfish. Or he might just. I don't know if that's actually him. What I see on what he puts on Instagram, he puts on YouTube, when he does interviews. I mean, anybody can make themselves sound. But if you're an asshole, you will generally come through in one of those interviews as an asshole.
Sure.
Yeah.
Right. You will find the flaw. The truth will come out a little bit by bit in these interviews.
And even if we're talking about the sport of strongman as a whole, if we're not talking about just these specific athletes who are getting a boost from this, it's really a good look for the sport.
For sure. He's done a lot for the sport.
It's a super professionally run and shot show. It looks like it's on ESPN. It's like a beautiful building that they use. The equipment's all made for it.
Yeah.
It's really, really well done. It really makes the sport look like it's a professional thing.
And I'm not at his level. So me as a promoter, I wouldn't do it because I want to make sure my shows run well.
Right.
At his level, with how good he is and the team he has, he probably doesn't have to worry about that because his shows are going to run smooth.
And he has to. The income is important to him, and he knows,
has the financial
that
backing.
having his name in there is going to increase.
And he has the
income.
financial backing to make sure that show runs smooth.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah. So I think that in my mind, it's a very positive thing that he does it.
Like when we did MSM last year, it was my show. Me and you did it, but it was my show. We picked the events together, and people were like, "Well, Devin owns the frames," and I literally assembled the frames the night before and didn't test them.
Right.
They were untested coming in. I used my logs, but everything else. Stones is my worst event by far, and I did that on purpose. I was like, "You test the frames? Haven't even picked them up.
Yeah.
Don't even know how they. We literally bolted them together at the comp.
Right.
Just to make sure there was no favoritism.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's. I like the question because I like that people are paying attention to the sport and seeing those things where it's like, hey, like this doesn't sit well, or can you like what do you think about this? Because I think that it's important to like, it's a sport where individuals are so important that it's easy to start thinking that guys are starting to go into business for themselves.
So we had another good question I liked. Dean had asked, where do we see the sport in 10 years?
I think that it's in a good position right now to. I
don't know whether he means the sport in Manitoba or the sport as a whole.
If we're talking about in Manitoba, sky's the limit. Never ending.
Yeah.
If we're talking,
Beeks is going to come back for Masters.
That's right. If we're talking about the sport as a
I'll
whole,
make him a 2.5-minute drag event.
I said before when
drag for max distance.
Oh, max distance drag. Wow.
max distance.
Yeah,
That'd be interesting, actually.
Dude, that'd
be brutal.
We might,
1,000-pound anchor.
Dude, that literally might happen. Like a heavy drag for max distance.
That's a really interesting idea, actually.
Oh,
I think I said before that like when CrossFit had that
as a first event too.
When the George Floyd incident was going on, CrossFit guy opened his mouth, lost a lot of the backing that CrossFit had. If you remember that,
yeah.
The guy who runs CrossFit, he said something that he shouldn't have said. Business owners shouldn't talk about highly charged political things.
We don't own this podcast.
And they lost a lot of their ground. They lost a lot of their sponsors. They lost a lot of the people that were working with them, like CrossFit as a brand. And I said that at that point, I was like, this is really Strongman's time now. Like this is really, because like Rogue dropped CrossFit and all these other things dropped CrossFit.
Yeah.
And I was like, Rogue is very closely connected to Strongman, and they're going to be looking for something to push, something to sell equipment for, something that's going to be like the next thing that they can make it attainable. And lo and behold, they have the Rogue Classic now. They have all these other things that are making it more of like a household name, I think, and I think that continues. I think that Strongman, now that it's seen as like a viable way to like sell equipment, which
I think it's only going to gain
if nothing
steam.
else. That's what it is.
It's
right?
only gaining steam now.
Right.
Finally.
You need a lot of equipment to do it.
From 10 years ago, it wasn't that mainstream.
Right.
It was a freak show at 3 a.m. on ESPN.
Compared to powerlifting, where you need it's like if you compare soccer to hockey. You need a lot of equipment to play hockey. You need a lot of equipment to do strongman. So a company like Rogue is going to be salivating, thinking about being able to get people to stock their home gyms
and promoters are only going to come up with more events to try.
So I think
like to think of, right?
I think that the growth is really barely started. I think there's going to be a lot more, and you see like the spread or whatever, I don't know what the word is, of weight classes, where it's going to be more and more accessible,
more inclusive.
More people are going to be able to be involved. There's more women's shows going on. There's teens events going on. Like it's just going to be I don't see the growth.
The amount of weight classes coming up. You know, if we start adding Masters 50 plus, we're talking about this. Like as a promoter, fuck me.
It's a headache as a promoter, but in terms of getting people signed on.
Equipment. Hey, we're gonna duck walk, but I gotta make 15 different duck walks.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't have the money for that. Y'all are doing 5. You're doing the same damn weight, and some of you are just gonna fail.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find one.
You're
more.
collectively taking zeros.
Let me see if I can find one more kind of quick one here.
I cut you off the Marshall comment, didn't I?
I think we tackled it.
Oh, okay, good. You looked at me you're upset there.
All right, here's one that's kind of pertinent to what we talked about last time.
Yeah. It's the gym joke.
Yeah, that just went right over me.
So
those things do.
Oh man, yeah. My bad.
I sort of took a dump on
who?
The
Jen?
The Manitoba athletes last time or a couple times ago for their deadlifts. And somebody asked what is something that they can do to get their deadlift up. And I think that's something that we could probably all have.
Stand up.
Stand up. Grab the bar and stand up.
It's fucking late, guys.
That's pretty sound advice, honestly.
I think part of it is finding out where you're weak in the deadlift.
Yeah.
And tailoring your accessory exercises. I think a lot of people do accessory exercises based on what they've seen and what's out there. But you really have to take a look at what your accessory exercises are as important or more important than your main lifts.
I was going to add to that. Lots of guys do their accessory exercises without intention.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And they don't realize that the accessories is damn near more valuable than the initial lift.
Yeah.
And
you want to take your accessory exercises and focus all of those to where you're weak and make your weak points stronger.
If you enjoy all your accessory exercises, they probably aren't the right ones.
Yeah, you're power building.
Yeah.
At that point.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
that's
because
true, too.
from a
You
guy
know.
who fucking hates certain accessory work,
Yeah.
that's why I'm injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To give a very vague answer, I would say just deadlift more. Like figure out just do high volume stuff.
Work on some volume stuff. You can never go wrong with some volume stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
You learn a lot about yourself that way
Yeah.
Pull
and where
different
you
heights.
break down.
Pull different
heights.
heights.
Don't just
do,
pull for the
do-
floor every
do
time,
tempo
right?
stuff. Just
Yeah. Do blocks of different.
Yep. Just deadlift a million.
No, that's the biggest one that guys don't realize, which I've learned the last couple of years, and I know you've learned, you might have known, but is tempos.
Yeah. Just doing different things that you're not good at and figuring out what you suck at. And then I'm gonna give a very specific answer to the person who, I won't say who asked, but to the person who asked, stop training. Stopping training. If you're not good at something, you need to keep doing it.
Yeah.
No, and here's another thing. I don't know who this is, but for a bunch of people I know, stop 1 rep maxing off the fucking program.
Right.
If your coach says, hey, it's 5 rep max, and you put a 1 rep max in there,
Right.
I mean, my athletes don't hit a 1 rep max outside of competition.
Right.
The 1 rep maxes are saved for competition day when you're letting it all. No one gives a shit what you hit in the gym.
Right.
Stop maxing out in the gym and stick to your programs.
The answer is stop thinking that you can get better by wishing it.
The risk of injury above
You know what I mean?
90%
Yeah.
is not worth it in the gym.
No.
You save that for competition.
Stop
in
saying,
my opinion,
stop,
as a coach.
stop saying that you're going
Yeah.
to do stuff or you want to do stuff or how can I do this, and just fucking buckle down
Yeah.
and do it.
If you continually increase your 85%, your 90%,
Yep.
your 1% will go up.
Yeah, of course it will. Why wouldn't
Yep.
it?
And
I'm not saying you can't go over 90%, but there's diminishing return in terms of injuries if you keep playing with that level at the same lift. Conjugate, that's where you change the levels, right?
Yeah.
You're max effort, but you're not max effort in the same lift.
But
very
you look
often
at like a 3-inch deficit. You look at rack pulls. You look at snatch pulls.
Yep.
You look at good mornings. You look at reverse hypers.
Pick one of those for a block and get better at it, and your deadlift will go up. There's just
Exactly.
no way that it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Look at your
pick
videos.
something
Find out where
harder.
your
Pick
find out where
something
your
harder
weak-
than
yeah.
your deadlift.
Find out
Yeah.
where your weakest point is in your lift.
Yeah.
And he has a coach. I think
Yeah,
every
so
time he has a
he's-
coach.
yeah.
But if you aren't a coach, watch your videos. Even send it to a guy like us. Find your weakest point. Hit a block with that. Now, if that's now stronger than your next weakest point, then do a block of that and just work through it that way.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I did when I was training myself.
Just think critically about it. That's the best answer you can really give.
One thing I've done with athletes in the past is say your deadlift is lagging and you're trying to improve that. The actual deadlift might be an accessory movement, and I make another movement your main movement to improve your deadlift. But I give deadlift as an accessory so you continue deadlifting and keep your form tight and
Skill,
everything.
Yeah.
Question for you. You hated deadlifts, I'm correct.
I've never liked deadlift.
Which I just put in correlation together that you're a Tate follower,
yeah.
and Tate hates deadlifts.
Yeah.
He always said he only did them in competition because he had to.
Yeah. And I was
I
kind
was
of the
just me
same way.
putting two together here. My eyes like straight in there.
Yeah, they did.
Fucking met in the middle there.
I loved squatting. I was good at benching.
Yep.
So those two were like easy for me to train, and deadlifting was just always a battle.
Yes.
And but I would do shit like 45-degree back extension. I got that up to 315.
Holy shit.
We had the monster. Remember the yellow and black monster
Oh, yeah.
45-degree back extension?
Yeah.
I have it. No, like I
Yeah,
have the yellow one
you-
from.
you have one. You
Yeah, I
have
have
that
it.
one,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Elite Fitness.
I had that up to 315. I think I did on the camber bar just because it's easier to sit on my back.
Sure.
What, yeah, it doesn't sit on your vertebrae then.
But you really just have to do. It's okay to get away from, like, you can go on an incline bench press 4-week, 8-week, 12-week block and not flat bench press and get better at flat bench press.
100% you can.
Front squat, Olympic squat, sumo squat, narrow squat, heels elevated squat. You don't always have to do your competition lift to get better at your competition lift.
sure.
You just have to get stronger.
Right.
Yeah, Ben Thompson, prime example of he built his floor deadlift doing his high rack pulls. Now a lot of guys harp on him, but he built his floor deadlift through his rack pulls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And people are so stuck on certain movements. And strongman is a little bit different because there's a lot of like implements involved and you have to get good at implements. But with this question particularly pertaining to deadlifts, it's okay to get away from the deadlift if you're doing the right things to make your weak points stronger.
No, I agree.
Yep. I like it.
Even trap bar.
Yeah, anything.
Dude,
What do
I've
you-
even done sumo for strongman training. My coach had me run a block of sumo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Yeah, and but the power you generate in your hips.
What do you mean?
Yeah, well, it's just getting like you said, getting strong is getting strong. Like it's just
Strength is never a weakness.
no.
That's I tell a lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you,
Why don't
weakness
you-
is not a fucking strength.
I was gonna say
you
you're telling other people that.
You guys want to whole episode? I'll pick them.
All right, well, we'll end it on that note. I think.
I hope that answered the question.
Yeah, we didn't hit many requests. We'll get through next
Yeah,
time.
we actually got a ton of questions this time that we didn't really get to because we were bullshitting. I
Talking
guess.
about
big
Kid
ones.
Rock.
Yeah, talking about Kid Rock and
Deadlift
stuff.
for Dreams.
Deadlifts
Donate.
for Dreams.
You missed your chance to sign up. Show up.
You can register as a lifter. You can still register as a sponsor if you want to raise money
How about
for
this?
it.
Is there like a waiting list or anything for people?
Good point. And I will put that together this week.
That's a good idea in case someone.
Yeah.
can't
So
make it.
if you're interested, maybe still register and just see what's going on. And at the very least, you'll at least raise some money for sick kids. So
Yep.
who could,
gotta hang out
who
at
could
my
be mad at
house.
that?
Yeah.
You get to hang out with Devin. Yeah.
And if you
Chicken
can't
barbecue.
lift, if you can't be a part of it, just come be part of the day.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Be a helper. We need helpers.
Spotters, loaders, not
Yeah.
spotters, but loaders.
We gotta
And
catch
it's
Dan when he
just
passes out.
really, really fun. And you're contributing to a great cause. And part of aside from helping sick kids, part of my drive for this was originally powerlifting, and now we've incorporated strongman. We're the big, ugly, tattooed people that you cross the street when you see. And I wanted to show that we also have the biggest hearts and aren't given credit for that.
Yeah.
And the money raised in the last 4 years and the registration of 61 people this year really shows that it's the community that cares an incredible amount.
Yeah.
It's not a bike race. It's not dragon boating. It's not these like.
It's something
It's not a
cool.
golf
Everybody
tournament.
Yeah,
raises
it's something-
$500.
it's something that's cool and
Everybody
not
raises
stupid like
$500
those
over
things.
30 grand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It-
Guys like
it's-
Curtis will raise $5 grand anyway, so he'll
Yeah.
make up for 10 people.
You'll be up there too.
I
And,
hope
and
so.
Candace is kicking ass this year.
Yeah,
and
she's doing really good. Yep.
yeah. And it's just something you want to be a part of, and it's so fun, it's so exciting, and it's absolutely rewarding. And I think part of it is as a lifter, and you particularly right now, myself when I was, when I went to Worlds and whatnot, and you're involved, you got your hand in a little bit of everything. We give ourselves a platform, and the platform's absolutely useless if you do nothing with it.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to care about sick kids, but you care about something in your life, and you can use your platform to make that something better. And this just happens to be my thing.
Yeah.
And really openly inviting people to come be a part of my thing.
Yep.
Right.
And when you have your thing, I'll come be a part of it gladly.
Yep. Love it. Okay, so Deadlift for Dreams, get signed up to be on the waiting list or sign up just to donate money. We got Vita on, well, I guess this will actually be too late for that. Yeah, it'll be too late. So Vita happened, and we'll talk about it later.
Great show.
Yeah, Westerns will have already
Great
happened,
show.
and we'll talk about that later too.
Yeah, next episode, we're going to have a shit ton of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, a bunch of boring strongman stuff to talk
Westerns.
about.
Yeah.
And then so then after Vita we have Provincials.
Yeah, Provincials on the 30th,
yes,
29th, 30th at Brick House. Then we got Magnus on the 4th weekend, August long.
and then we got Manitoba Strongest Man
On the 3rd weekend in August. Deadlift for
which
Dreams.
I think is going to be Manitoba Strongest Man and Woman now.
Yeah.
It's going to have
Is
to
it?
be.
Yeah?
I mean, I don't want to leave them
Since our
out.
other one fell through.
Yeah, I don't want to leave them out.
Yeah.
And we got enough girls that we can put on a hell of a show with that.
Yeah,
so.
we'll have
It
at least.
is ma'am.
We will. I will promise to put up half the prize money
Manitoba
as a
Strongest Ma'am.
man. Yeah, ma'am. I'll put up half the prize money as a man.
Ma'am is Toba's strongest ma'am.
Ma'am.
So Strong and Petty. That's what's coming up for the Strongman World. So pay attention to that stuff. Especially go to that Magna show. It's gonna be really fun.
Come, I'll sign your baby.
There you go. At Strong and Petty, at Manitoba Strongman, at Training Grounds Gym, at Devin Penner, at Chud Life, at Iron Age Strength, and I don't actually think that any of you have small dicks.